All right, creators. So, things are shaking up a little bit in the social media world. And I guess you could say the skies are looking pretty blue outside, although not quite here in Melbourne. It's very rainy at the moment. Now, today, and I guess over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of talk about Bluesky. And when I first saw people posting about it, I had no idea what it meant, because people were posting photos of their profiles on Twitter, and it looked like a Twitter profile. And I was very confused, and then I started deep diving into it a little bit more, and then it turns out it's a new social platform called Bluesky. Now, by new social platform, it's not necessarily a new social platform. So let me just break it down a little bit for you guys who are a little bit unsure and want a little bit more information. Basically, Bluesky Social is a social media platform that is basically trying to essentially break the internet, try and be a brand new style of social media platform. And they're using what's called the AT protocol, which is basically, from what I understand and what I've gathered, is an open source information or open source network of social media accounts. And basically the whole gist of it is that there's going to be one social media handle for all of your social media accounts, which is actually quite interesting to hear, because a lot of people talk about, the frustrations of having multiple different accounts, having to log in different accounts for different platforms. They never communicate with each other. And the whole idea of this Bluesky is to basically be a new network of platforms. So when you move from one platform to another, your audience comes with you. Because as we're experiencing now with everyone who's jumping from Twitter to Bluesky, all your audience are being left behind in Twitter. So especially for the creator dashboard, I've spent the last month and a half building up a following on Twitter, and now everyone's starting to move aside. So that brings me to the next point. So Twitter, obviously, with everything kind of changing with their blocking rules, it's making a lot of people unhappy, and rightly so. Like, what's happening in Twitter at the moment is it's just kind of like, well, what's the point of blocking people if they can still see what you're doing? Like, there's obviously a lot of security reasons there. There's a lot of people who don't feel safe. There's a lot of nasty people out there on the internet, and if you can't block them properly, then what's the whole point? So I think this is the reason why, especially over the last few days, we're seeing a lot of people really start talking about Bluesky. Now, Bluesky have been around since 2019, or it's been kind of in the works since 2019, and the former CEO of Twitch started up the project back in 2019, has been working on it in the background over the last few years, building it up, and has basically, end of 2023, started making big changes to release the platform. And I guess I haven't really wrapped it up yet, but the whole thing of Bluesky is basically, so far, it's a micro-blogging platform, just like Twitter. When you jump into Bluesky, it feels a lot like Twitter. However, it feels fresh, it feels clean, there's no ads, and I think a lot of people are really excited about it. So it's a really exciting thing. And for any of you creators out there who are, just starting out, or you've been in the industry for a while and you want to get ahead, this is one of those opportunities where you need to get in and get your handle. Because as I said before, if they're going to have multiple accounts or multiple different platforms where this is going to have the one account linked to, you need to secure your handles now, because otherwise you're going to be struggling to get those handles later on down the track. So keep that in mind, jump in. This is one of those things you need to lean into, because if it takes off, you want to be one of those early adopters. Now, there are a few things that I'm not 100% too sure about, or not too happy with, especially moving from Twitter. It's just going to have to change how my content's produced. Like, you can only upload up to 1-minute-long videos, which is just, I feel like we're just getting past that with YouTube Shorts coming in and being 3 minutes long, but now we're going backwards again to 1-minute-long videos. A little bit of a pain, but anyway, we'll get past that. I'm excited to see how this looks, and I think it's a good thing. It's going to shake up the social media platforms. If anything, it's going to make Twitter kind of look at themselves and go, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? What are we doing wrong? Hopefully, I don't hold my breath, but Twitter does have its place, and I think a lot of people still have an audience there. A lot of brands are still going to be on Twitter. However, with the starting up of new platforms which are going to be challenging Twitter and especially in the creator space. It's definitely something to be keeping an eye out for. So to wrap it up, Bluesky is a new social media platform that's popped up. It seems really good so far. Everyone's jumping over to it. It's quite diverse. There's a lot of different things you can do. There's a lot of good moderation things that you can do. You can choose what you're going to view. There's different lists you can make of different types of topics and subjects. I'm still yet to get my head around it, but if you're very familiar with Twitter, it's much of the same thing. However, it just looks a lot cleaner, and there is a dark mode. It's one of the first things I jumped in and I did because it's very startlingly white. But jump in if you want to follow the creator dashboard. It's going to be, it's already on Bluesky, so follow the creator dashboard there. Let's build up a new audience and let's see how things go. I'm interested to learn a bit more about this platform and see how it grows with the content creator community. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content creator tips, subscribe to the channel and like this video, share it with your friends, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.